Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so the other day here, Deontay Wilder was on his Instagram account, and he was just saying, well, let me read what he had here. He says, just one question. Which one of you want this work first, Anthony Joshua or Joseph Parker? He also goes on to say, it's good having the WBC, but now I want yours too. You want your cornbread. It's about that time, fellas. And that's unified. So let's do this. One title, one face, one name, Deontay Wilder. Well, first of all, I think the reference to the movie Life is pretty damn funny. You know, yo, dog, you gonna eat your cornbread? That shit is hilarious, man. If you guys haven't seen the movie Life, is a character named Goldmouth, and he was asking Ray, and he was asking Ray and Claude. Well, he was asking Claude if he wanted his cornbread, which was played by Martin Lawrence, and Eddie Murphy played Ray. And so, hey, man, how is he gonna? How y'all gonna go out, man? Parker and Joshua, y'all gonna go out? You gonna go out like Ray, or you gonna go out like Claude? You gonna be ready to fight for? Or you just gonna be willing to give it up? You know what I mean? But anyways, man, all jokes aside, though, I know these dudes have mandatories coming up. I know Joshua has there's a possibility of a Klitschko rematch. We're waiting for Klitschko to make his decision. Parker, there was put out a video on May 9th. The WBO said that Parker and Hughie Fury have 30 days to reach a deal. If they don't, they're going to order a new purse bid. So a lot going on with these fighters. We know that Stavern and Wilder, that fight's supposed to take place, I'm thinking July. According to Stavern, he said, I did a video about this like last week or 2 weeks ago. He said that him and Wilder, possibly July, September at the worst. Okay, so, but I like the fact that Wilder keeps saying these guys' name. It doesn't have to be his very next fight, but he's keeping these guys' names out there, and he keeps saying he wants to unify the division. Hey, they got to get their mandatories out the way, man. So let's just get this out the way first. So I'm not going to blame him for bringing up guys' names. They all have mandatories, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that he's voicing his opinion about this. And on this message, Anthony Joshua actually responded to it and said, I forgot what he said verbatim, but he said, I'll fight whoever the fans want to see me fight next, no problem. He actually went to Deontay Wilder's official Instagram and left that message on there. So it's good to see these dudes going back and forth. Parker and Wilder's team have been at least talking and open with each other, man, since December. Ever since Parker beat Ruiz, like a week or so after that fight, I heard Team Parker talking about a possibility of fighting Deontay Wilder. So, and they said that they were in talks, so eventually those fights will happen, man. But right now, let's just take care of these little mandatory situations. And I'm not saying that, that's something that I want next, but it's going to have to happen. And that's one thing, man, what I want, what us fans want, and what's going to actually take place next are two totally different things. So let's get the mandatories out the way. And I think there's some decent mandatory matchups. I mean, I want to see Hughie Fury versus Parker if it has to be done. And, I want to watch that fight. Stavern, Wilder, too. I would like to see if Wilder can knock him out this time. I thought Wilder clearly beat him the first time. I don't see a need for a rematch. I think Ortiz should be the mandatory. I know he's a mandatory for the WBA also, but I think he should have been ahead of Stavern in the rankings. But regardless of all that, I want to just see, can Wilder get him out of there? If this fight's going to take place, that's what we're getting. I want to see, can Wilder get him out of there this time? What can Stavern do differently? I've seen Stavern been grinding and training his ass off for the last year. He didn't look all that great in the Derek Rossi fight, the fight he had after the Wilder fight. I think it was like 11 months after the Wilder fight, but he's been training, been staying in good shape. I'll follow him on Instagram, so I guess we'll see what he can do in this rematch. If that's what they're giving us, let's just see what he can do. Ortiz is still out there, but I would like to see, these guys try to move forward for an undisputed champion. You know what I mean? But I like that Wilder's putting these guys' names out there. Some fans are, they throw shade at Wilder for not calling out Ortiz. You know what I mean? Well, there's a lot of dudes not calling out Ortiz. Let's not just place that on Wilder. There's a lot of dudes that aren't saying anything about Ortiz. And that doesn't necessarily mean that people are scared of him or he can necessarily beat those guys. Just that some of these fighters don't look at him as, they look at him as what they say, high risk, low reward. I hate that term, but that's how boxing is, man. And a lot of fighters, you know, they follow that method. But I definitely want to see Ortiz in there with all these guys. You know, I wish guys would call him out more. But I like the fact that Wilder, and, you know, he's saying he wants undisputed, man. So after these mandatories get out the way, we'll go from there. But I like the fact that he keeps calling these guys out and they're responding to each other and going back and forth. But let's get these mandatories out the way first, man. That's my opinion on it. I'm out.